Simon Bates has this week's comment from London.
If, when you were a kid, you read the usual children's books, you probably came across a lovable old badger. In The Likes of the Wind in the Willows, badgers were represented as wise old creatures, full of dignity. But in reality, they are nothing of the kind. They're large, they're smelly things, they dig their way through good land, they barge through fences, they kill young lambs, and they're said to infect good cattle with TB. Now, I live and farm up on the wild moors of southwest England, and apart from all that, after midnight, badgers are bruisers, noisily beating each other up in the dark. Here in Britain, badgers are a protected species, so killing them is out of the question. But how legally can those of us who are pestered by these beasts get them to move elsewhere? This was a major debate in the local pub recently when a suggestion came from Bill Sykes, the blacksmith. He argued that badgers are close to dogs, and that as a dog will mark out its territory to keep all the others out, maybe we humans should try the same trick. So now, first thing every morning, I drink a couple of glasses of water, and then right away, not surprisingly for a man of my age, I am ready to mark my own territory on the grass. And it seems to be working. It must be something to do with the testosterone. There's less evidence of badgers. I don't hear them fighting after dark. Well, certainly not as much as I used to. I've become so convinced that the blacksmith's theory works that last weekend I upped the water consumption to well beyond my usual limit and was busily watering the track to my house when, to my horror, the mail van trundled up just as I was running out of juice. Well, I did all I could to zip everything up, but it was too late, and worse, instead of our usual mailman getting out and handing me the week's bills, a lady, a woman, a member of the opposite sex who was apparently standing in for our regular chap, opened the door, held out a pile of envelopes, and grinned at me. I stood there, covered in shame, and aware that if I took the mail, my trousers would fall down. Her smile grew even wider. "You've been talking to Bill about badgers, eh? You're the fourth farmer I've caught doing that this morning." That night in the pub, Bill Sykes suggested that I limit my intake of the local beer. The mail might be late and you don't want to get caught again. On the way home across the moor that night, I thought I could hear the sound of badgers laughing. This is Simon Bates for CBS News in London.